the band director and lots of other things here at International. And I'm thrilled to welcome you to our second trimester showcase for 6th grade band. So 6th grade band is a full trimester long class, about 11 weeks in this middle trimester, where students came in the first day not knowing how to make sound on instruments, and today you'll see the work that they've put in over the last 11 weeks or so. It'll be a quick presentation, 10-15 minutes, nothing crazy, but I do ask you to be your best audience selves. It's really scary to get up here on stage, especially really scary when you're holding an instrument that you didn't even really know what it was like 12 weeks ago. So no matter what happens, when they play their pieces, please clap for them like live when they're done, even if just for the bravery of getting up on stage. So with no further ado, we're first going to present to you the different instruments that students chose to take this trimester. This is in by no way the only instruments available to you, it's just what we got picked this year. So one of the first instruments that we're going to present for you today is the clarinet. So our clarinetist, come on, pop up on stage. The clarinet is a wood instrument. It's really similar to your recorder, if you played recorder at elementary school. It uses a cane wood reed against a plastic mouthpiece that when you blow over it, it vibrates and makes sounds. It has lots of keys and sounds something like this. Excellent. That's a clarinet. Next up we have to present for you today is our mallets. So our mallets are how we approach percussion in 6th grade band so that we can have our first few notes, not just rhythms. The mallet instruments live in the band room. This is them on their field trip. Coming in here, and we have two up here today. This bigger one is called the marimba. It has wooden bars and these resonators. And then we have the vibraphone, which has metal bars and those resonators underneath. And a marimba sounds like this. Play the 2 yarn mallets. There we go. Thanks so much. All right, another one of our instruments that we are repping today is the trombone. So the trombone doesn't have keys at all. They have to use a slide and put it in specific places along the slide to play certain notes. And a trombone sounds something like this. Wonderful. It is the lowest note, lowest kind of pitch instrument we offer in 6th grade band. We also offer flute, we offer trumpet, we offer saxophone. We're just here today with this group. All right, so we are first going to hear the first song that we really learn. Once we've learned 3 notes, which takes a lot longer than you would think, we are able to play a piece called Hot Cross Buns. Super classic, everybody starts with Hot Cross Buns, so anybody who plans on performing, pop on up. We do band in 6th grade. Sorry, turn it off. We do band in 6th grade kind of like karate. I don't know how many of you have ever taken a karate class, but we do it that we kind of pass off pieces as we learn them. So some students go very, very quickly. Some students take their time. This is one of our first belts, we call them, because karate. So Hot Cross Buns is kind of one of those things that everybody sort of learns. And we have every single person who's here today about to play it for you. Here we go. Watch me, I'll start, okay? 1, 2, ready, Very nice. That is our first song that everyone kind of learns in 6th grade band. We actually don't even learn it reading music. We learn it by ear, or in music what's called rote, R-O-T-E. So we just kind of learn where the notes live on our individual instruments, and then we kind of figure it out by ear. The first piece of music that we actually read in 6th grade band also only uses 3 notes. But it's a little bit longer of a song, a piece. A piece is when it doesn't have words. A song is when it does, but we all know very well that it has words. And so this is our first piece of music that we actually read the sheet music for. So here is Mary Had, oh, more players, yay. Mary had a little lamb. Okay, watch me for the tempo. And 1, 2, ready. So you might have heard me say do and re and mi. That's a musical tool called solfege, and it basically just helps us talk. So like every instrument's a little different. So if you're a mallet player, your do is a B flat. But if you're a clarinet player, your do is a C. And if you're an alto saxophone player, your do is a G. It just has to do with the science of the instruments and how long they are and sound waves and a lot of acoustics that we don't even talk about until my collegiate music class they teach. But until then, right, we use solfege, do, re, mi, fa, sol. And so these next two pieces that you're going to hear use more notes. We've expanded past 3, and now we are at 5 with Ode to Joy. Kind of one of the OGs. All right, and then we get to Twinkle Twinkle. Not only do we add an extra note of la, so we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, so it's a higher note, but also up until now, our music has been pretty much what we call stepwise, meaning do, re, mi, fa, sol, right? They've been kind of next to each other. This, I'm not going to do this. But Twinkle Twinkle starts from do, then jumps to sol, without the fa, mi, re in the middle. So it makes it a lot more difficult to do that leap, which adds the difficulty. This is actually, Ode to Joy, Mary Had a Little Lamb is, depending on the trimester, the cutoff for if you can play it, you can pass the class. So moving beyond Mary Had a Little Lamb, and here into the fa, sol, and the harder things, is what we get as pass with distinction. Because band is so individualized and because everyone kind of goes at different rates and paces based on how they're learning, this is not a class that's rated out of 7 here at International. It has 3 different grades you can get. Failure, pass, and then pass with distinction. So now we are in kind of that pass with distinction window of the people who are going for that PD to be able to, 1, get that on their transcript, and that's an automatic 7. In the class, it does kind of correlate to numbers. Those who pass get a 4 in the class, and those who fail get a 2. So it's just a failing grade. So it kind of does correlate to numbers, but we kind of really simplified in band just based on how far you get. And thrilled to announce that every single person who you see performing today passed the class, and a few others have passed with distinction. And you're going to see some of them playing for us now. All right, are we ready for Twinkle Twinkle? Did I give you enough of a break? All right. 1, 2, ready, and... Nice, well done. And interesting fact about Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it is also the same melody as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and also Ba, Ba, Black Sheep, Poppy, Whitey, Wool, and it was written by Mozart. Oh, who knew? All right. 2. Oh, for Pass with Distinction students is playing Jingle Bells, regardless of the time of the year. This is a tough one. It has a big jump. So we talked about how we went from do to sol, right? In the last one. This one has mi, sol, do. So it has like a bunch of jumps in it, and which makes it really complicated. It also, it's long. It's a longer song, just like Twinkle Twinkle. So this is the black belt from our perspective in band. If you can play Jingle Bells, you are golden. And those who get Pass with Distinction are automatically enrolled in our Dragon Thunder Band, who I know you saw the high school side of at Black History Month last week playing Big Ballin' along with the Steppers. And so these students are on their way to playing in ensembles just like that. All right, you ready? Not quite the last thing on our program. We have one more special thing for you after this. But here is our Jingle Ball. 1, 2, ready? Here's the big jumps. That's a tough ending. All right, clap it up for them. That's a hard one. And then last but certainly not least is our above and beyond. So sometimes students get to Jingle Bells before week 9 when it's due, right? 2 weeks before showcase. And so those students get the opportunity to do more. And so sure, they're given stuff from our band music, right? They're given our school's fight song. They have options, but they're also encouraged to go try out things that they want to do. And so for the first time in a 6th grade band class like this, I had 2 students who wanted to do something together. So when musicians play by themselves, it's called a solo, or like you've heard so far, when musicians are playing the same thing, like the same notes at the same time, that's called unison. So it's all the same. What you're about to hear is a duet. So both our players will be playing different notes at the same time, creating melody and harmony. The melody is the top notes that are higher in pitch, and the harmony is the lower notes that are lower in pitch. And they go together. And because they go above and beyond, they get to introduce themselves.
My name is Mariah, and we're going to be playing Marigold. My name is Gabby, and we're playing Marigold.
All right, take it away. And with that, our showcase is concluded. Give it up for all of our students who worked so hard today and overcame a lot of fear and showcased a lot of risk-taking and bravery. And honestly, we're really delightful to have this little trimester. I'm going to miss them. All right, with that, thank you to the teachers who brought their students down. You guys can return to class. For my band students, if you would please collect the marimba and the vibraphone, the tech crew kids will take. Your job is just to grab your music stands. You can leave the chairs. I need them for 5. And you guys will meet me back in the band room in a couple minutes. Pop on back. Thank you, everyone, for an excellent and successful showcase.